Qatari dairy product manufacturer Baladna has reported first-half profit of 86 million riyals. Now, the company has also signed an accord to produce products in Malaysia. The CEO, Ramez Al-Khayyat, joins Simone Foxman and myself now for a conversation. Ramez, always great to have you with us. So here we are. We're all trying to judge the recovery, the reopening narrative, and the strength of the consumer. Give me your take on where we are in terms of recovery mode for Baladna, and where are the strongest signs that you're seeing on the customer base?
Good morning. Thank you for having me. We can see that clearly the increase that happened from the beginning of the year, month on month, is really a dramatic change that we can see, and we can see this going to be better and better as we go toward the end of this year. As what you just said, we had an 86 million net profit for the first half or the first half of the year, and that's an increase of 19% from last year. Even our revenue almost similar to last year, but we could actually have a very good efficiencies in our operation, and that's attributed, of course, to the people and to the systems and the integration that we have in the farm.
Yeah, Ramez, QNB now actually pointed to some of a little bit of the revenue decline and blame that on contracting population in Qatar, which has been the case. When do you see that kind of recovering, and how much do you think that criticism is fair?
Yeah, as what you said, this is actually related to COVID, and we see that recovering by the end of the year. The population, the families actually has gone out of Qatar for sometimes because of the lockdown at 2020, and we see them going back until the end of the year. And so we think that end of the year, beginning of next year, the population growth will continue, and everything will be great as planned, inshallah.
So next year, obviously, Simone's going to be busy. She's not going to get any holiday because it's the World Cup. So we've banned her from having a holiday next year. I suppose what we want to know is, have you got product innovation? Are you hopeful that the World Cup will make a material change in any way to the quarter, to the year? How much of a boost are you hoping for from World Cup?
Yeah, our product innovation never stops. Actually, we had 9 new products development this year, and we're going to have almost more than 25 until the end of the year. And you talked about before Malaysia. Actually, we just signed Malaysia, and that's a new MOU. Actually, we signed with a company called FGV. They have the control of lands in Malaysia, and now we are 3 partners. It's FGV, Felcra, and Baladna, and we're going to do almost 100 million liters a year, inshallah, in the coming years.
Now, Tariq Sultan of Agility spoke to Manis yesterday, I believe, and he said that companies in the region are really scrambling to try and make sense of increasing freight costs. Are you continuing to not pass these on to consumers? Because last time you said, you were on here back in May, you said we're not passing higher prices on to consumers.
Yeah, we don't have a plan to pass it. We're working more into backward integration. As I mentioned last time, we're working toward having to grow our forages ourselves. And actually, we're working to have more efficiencies in our supply chain. We don't have a plan today in order to pass this to our consumers. We don't know what will happen in the future. That's, the forages price are increasing worldwide because of the climate change and because of the environmental constraints around the world. And that's actually, as well, you can see, that's increasing the raw material price. If you can look at the powder price worldwide, it has increased almost 17% year on year. From last year to this year, the average, there is an increase. If you look at the average 5 years price of the dairy products, also it has increased year on year globally. And that's actually because of the government, especially in Europe. Europe is a major exporter to dairy products worldwide. They are looking to transform some of the agricultural lands into a native lands. And that's because of the global issue of the environments and the global warming. And that's all will have a gap between the supply and demand worldwide. That's why the governments are more today looking at fully integrated farms in order to secure the milk for their nations.
I mean, you raised probably one of the most important issues of our time, wildfires, COP26 coming up later this year. What new strategies, what additional strategies are you implementing as a result of, as you say, rising climate concerns? A lot of companies are announcing their net zero targets, etc. What's it going to cost Baladna to transform, comply, and be really part of the narrative rather than running against it when it comes to carbon?
Actually, as in Baladna, we have a 5-year strategy which is gonna shift or transform all our packaging into environmental friendly packaging, and that's actually would help a lot. In our waste management system, we have a great circular system that actually we get used of most of our waste, and that's something would help as well. In addition to that, in order to help the cost, as what we talked earlier, we're trying to sign an MOU at the end of this month with Ukraine in order to help them increase their self-sufficiency. They are at 3% today self-sufficient, and we're trying to do a fully integrated project similar to the one that we're planning to do in Malaysia in order to help them increase the self-sufficiency.
Ramez, thank you so much for being with Simone and myself this morning, giving us the latest lowdown there. Ramez Al-Khayyat, Baladna CEO. We'll see you soon.